you know CZ before?
We didn't know. We knew about him. We knew about Binance because it was now the name that was coming up. This was 2018, remember? But of course, he's not the CZ of now.
Of course, 2017 CZ and the CZ of now. These are two different people.
So he very graciously accepted and came to Uganda. We had a conversation. We went to all sorts of offices explaining about it, and that, of course, added credibility to our conference.
Oh, yes.
And so when we did the conference in 2018, it was a global hit. Everyone from everywhere was talking about the Blockchain Africa conference. And so, because we got the governor, we got the Bank of Uganda governor, we got the president of the country, we got the former president of Mauritius, just to see that heavy power in one room, all talking about blockchain, had never been done.
It went viral. It went viral.
Yeah.
It was a milestone of blockchain conferences across.
And so, we didn't know that there was an effect. We thought we were just fortunate. But it turns out that that was a big phenomenon. So that conference was successful in terms of bringing the profile, not only of blockchain, but also of Uganda in Africa. Saying that in Africa there are people who are engaging regulators, who are engaging the system progressively. It doesn't have to be a war.
Yeah.
And so that was the same, on the heels of that, that we also did the blockchain conference in 2019, where this time now we got involvement by the UN. The UN was very heavily present, represented by the resident coordinator of the country.
Yeah.
We had the World Economic Forum, was very well present, also talking about blockchain and crypto. We had the president of Sierra Leone. He came to Uganda, and he was talking about how these technologies are transforming. Sierra Leone is one of the first countries in the world to use blockchain for their national ID.
Oh, yes.
You understand? And it was based from the conversations in that conference that's catalyzed that process. And so now blockchain started getting in that place. Of course, our business, Crypto Savannah, was starting to come into the limelight.
So Binusu was still going on?
Binusu was still going on. Small, quietly. It was not making the waves it should have been making.
Had you also started coming with other products?
Now, that is where, because after we did the second conference, we got back and started asking ourselves, we can do conferences, and conferences are good.
Yeah.
But where is the actual impact? A conference is like an event, okay?
It's a one-off.
What happens after
You've
the
gathered
event?
a lot of people.
It's like, we go to that place where you're saying, okay, we have done the wedding, now what about the marriage? Do you understand? So after the wedding...
They're all different things.
Yeah, after the wedding, you've spent all that money, the marriage has to happen. The marriage is not the wedding.
And the marriage is the reality.
And the marriage is the reality.
It is a day-to-day thing.
It's the everyday thing.
You find people where they do the wedding, they have invested all in their resources, time, when it comes to the marriage.
So we didn't want that story. And actually we were confronted about it. And you see, it's good because someone asked you, so are you a conference company or are you a blockchain company? And so we had to scale back and ask ourselves those hard questions. Like, if we are to truly transform Africa, we cannot just do conferences and talk. Those ones are good. Actual products speak louder. And so when you asked about Binusu, the reason Binusu was not all out there is because we were focused on the conferences, and those are the big events. But yet Binusu, our own business, was not getting the limelight it deserved. So it's when we went back to the drawing board and said, let us build products, let us build solutions that ordinary Ugandans can use. So when you're doing a conference, it's speaking for itself. You don't have to speak anything. The products are speaking for themselves. So in 2019, we decided to focus on the businesses and actual use cases. And we started building them. We focused more on Binusu. I
must congratulate you because you've really gone through a series of many back-to-back activities.
And so all those ones build to who we are now.
Okay.
And so, as I tell you the story, you'll see where we evolved from. Because from there, we started building solutions on crypto, and Binusu. But I remember I told you that blockchain started intriguing us. So what else can be built on blockchain? So through a series of engagements with different stakeholders, because now that you're engaging governments, they are being part of these conferences, they're starting to say, okay, maybe there's this. So we had a conversation with UCC. UCC was also having some challenges and says, can blockchain solve this problem? And they say, yeah, yes, it can. So we built an identity.
So they were a bit open.
They were now open because they see the possibilities. So we started building identity projects.
Okay.
We started building traceability projects. Traceability, where you talk about how can you trace agricultural produce from the farm to the market. And you see, and there you are not talking about it stops being theory. It has to, well, what does traceability, what can it do? So we started building those products. We talk about real estate. Okay, so you can tokenize, or you can fractionally break down a big investment in real estate so that ordinary people can invest. So all these were we read them in a document, you read them in a research somewhere, some consultancy firm has done research, but where are the actual products? So we decided to build them one by one. So then at that time we formed, we are no longer operating under Bitreco. We were now Crypto Savannah. Because Bitreco was so narrow, because we were doing more than Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. There are many other cryptos. And then also we discovered that, you know,
so the longevity was
so
we
needed
focusing
a brand,
on the
Bitcoin. We needed a brand that can carry all the use cases of crypto and blockchain. So Crypto Savannah was born just before the conference, and it was the flagship that we held. Now all these projects that we were doing, engaging different arms of government, different businesses, different private sector organizations like banks, etc. We do projects for them. Those are just projects under Crypto Savannah. But
they're blockchain based?
All of them blockchain based. Everything we do is blockchain based.
Okay. So you mean that the organizations in Uganda that are using blockchain based solutions?
Yeah, and we'll talk about one of them, the main use case that I'm here to talk about on identity. But just to touch on a few things that I'm just giving you the evolution, because now Crypto Savannah eventually evolved into what we call Savannah, the Savannah Group. How did that happen? Everything that we did a project for started getting more and more users, started getting more and more people that are interested in it. So we started spinning them off as separate businesses. So it started out as a project within Crypto Savannah, but it ends up being a business. So for example, we had an agriculture traceability business project, just aiming to trace products from the market to the to the farm.
I really see it because right now, why African produces are not well received on the global markets.
Because we don't have traceability. That's one of the biggest challenges.
There is no history.
Yeah.
You want to eat the avocado,
yeah.
But you don't have the traceability. You don't know the content, the nutrients, where it grew from, and all those kind of information.
Exactly. And so it is from there that we came up with those projects. Now,
what's the name of that product?
So now that one, internally, it was still a project under Crypto Savannah, but then when we launched it for its own business, it's called now Walimi.
Walimi.
Walimi.com.
Kindly go and find out walimi.com.
Yeah.
If you are an outgrower, if you have a product that you want to sell to the international market, are they able to have access the
Yeah, it's online. We have two versions. We have the B2C, like for you, if you want to buy produce for your own home, you can go there and it is delivered to you within an hour. But then if you're a business...
It's a marketplace.
It's a marketplace. If you're a business, if you're a hotel...
But I am able to get the information, right?
Yes, for some products, because remember that we have to work with the farmers so that they capture that data. Because if the more the data you capture, the richer the value. And so we are working with the farmers on the back end because we started out to collect, picking the produce from the markets. So we get from the markets, we select the best quality and put it on the platform. Now we're working our way back up the value chain.
Oh, yes.
So we went to the aggregators and then finally we'll get to the farmers. So some produce like poultry and dairy products on our platform are fully traceable to the farm. Others we are working on our way back.
Yeah, that's a good journey.
Yeah, because you see, we've heard about this digitization of farming long enough. We are saying that now blockchain is a very formidable way in which we can do that. So there's Walimi. And then on real estate, the project that I said of real estate, now that one is also being its own separate business. It's now called Redex. Yeah, Redex, or starting for Real Estate Digital Exchange. And that's redex.estate, that's the URL. And what we do there is that we tokenize
Redex.exchange.
.estate.
Redex.estate.
Yeah. And so there what we do is that we facilitate for fractional investment in real estate. So you, with your 1 million shillings, you can invest in real estate, something that you can't do now.
Yeah. By the way, it's gonna solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, because there's a lot.
Right now, you find why we have challenges in Africa. We want to be the alpha and the omega. You want to say that Mulondo complex, something of that nature.
And then so you have to go and get loans.
And you also risk life, you're on pressure, and at the end of the day, you die when you've done maybe nothing.
Nothing.
Because you've invested your money, it's not coming through, and a lot.
But
if at all you allow maybe thousands of Daniels to come on board and we put together.
There is power in groups.
There is a power.
There is power in working together.